Testing, testing. All right, we'll get started in a few minutes, everyone. I just need to herd everyone in here. Uh, those of you asking, it's going to be live streamed on the First Life Tech YouTube channel. So if you want to send that out to any friends or family, I would go ahead and do that. And I would say we'll get started in about 5 minutes. Sound good? Cool. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hi. How's everybody doing? All right. So what we just saw was the DEA's 2024 demo reel. That is an accumulation. Not all of it. It's just a little sampling of some of the best work that was made over the last 5 semesters. So what we'll do next is we will do a presentation. Curtis, this is your fault. It's the theme of the day. Yes, you did. We actually had our initial presentation of implementation projects last week. I know some of you were here for that. We're going to take a second take at it. This time I'll try not to get emotional, no promises. But we will be doing the graduating class is presentation. They will be presenting the same thing, but I'm sure they will present it in a different way as they've had time to think about it, or you can present it in the exact same way you did before. Good luck. All right, who's going first? All right, Curtis is going to be presenting, I think, for the group, since it's his fault. You said you wanted this. All right. So links are, or sorry, the videos are up here for you to use. It's actually mirrored this time, so you don't have to move anything. You can just play, and I'll give it to you.
Hello, we are Static Garble Studios. My name is Daniel Guile. I am the director of this film, and I did the rough animation and the compositing.
Hello, my name is Brian Santiago. I was the producer for this film. I did a lot of stuff, compositing, color, cleanup, painting, you name it, I was probably involved. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Curtis Jones. This is my fault. I handled the rendering, lighting, and modeling of the laboratory environment for all the backgrounds of that. And I handled a little bit of the animation for that.
We have a lot of other people who also helped us out on this project. But I always, okay, well, that's a lot of names.
There's a dozen people.
There's a lot of people that worked on it. Thank you, everyone who helped out on this project. Anyways, I always loved mixed media in animation and film. And when I saw how many talented 2D and 3D artists we had here, I knew what I had to do. So this is a huge step up from anything we've made before. So without further ado, behold our most diabolical creation yet, the ultimate henchman.
Do we want to hit lights?
What's the deal with airliner?
And now for the weather. Radioactive storms sweeping the town. The residents of Farwood have approximately 1 month to prepare. Hazmat suits and umbrellas now 15% off at a store near you.
Hello! Hi! First of all, that's great. Wait, sorry. Hold on. Let me start over. You are going to be my new lab assistant. And maybe also my new best friend.
Let's give him another round of applause. Come on, that wasn't loud enough. So a gentle reminder, implementation project is sort of accumulation of all the things that these students have learned their time here for SciTech in the Digital Effects and Animation Technologies program. That's a mouthful. That's why we call it DEA. This was only supposed to be I think the guideline was 30 seconds to a minute. Is that correct, Mrs. Flincham? Correct, okay. Ended with a runtime of 6 minutes and 16 seconds, which is to date the most ambitious, most complete project where I have, for the first time ever, have no feedback to give. It is a wonderful piece. It all came together somehow. So job well done. It is incredible. I really do hope that we enter this into some film festivals. I think you could easily make it. And I think you could probably win some awards with this. So I'm going to be calling you and emailing you over the next couple weeks. I'll remind you at graduation. So let's look another further round of applause, please. And our next presentation, I feel like I could probably speak about this project for like hours, but there's no time. Next project is Cow Pow by Sophia and Jenna. Jenna, come on, you want to get up here? Come on. You made the thing happen? Lights. Stage lighting. Oh, I don't want to be on camera. Ugh. Wow. No? Sophia, what did you just, no. You don't want to present? You don't have to. No one has to do anything. All right, without further ado, Cow Pow by Sophia. I guess I'll turn the lights back off. All right. That was, every time I watch it, I feel like it gets better every time. Why are you being all weird and shy? Okay. It's okay to be weird and shy. I'm not judging. I'm weird and shy. Um, I feel like it must be said about this project that this is, it's kind of the culmination of a very unlikely but kind of beautiful friendship of two people that like are complete opposites in every way, but somehow came together to make this really interesting story where they just would huddle together and cobble all kinds of drawings, so many drawings. And this is the result of it. It's a very well made film. It's, again, one of the most ambitious films that we've had made to date. There was so much more, but I feel like it works the way it is. I have no feedback in that regard. But yeah, I have never seen so much work made for one project by one person who had broke every single rule that I put out there for them. But you know, I was wrong because it worked. It obviously worked for you, and however you made this, I'm not sure exactly how it happened, except for the very generous help of Caleb. Caleb, stand up, stand up, come on. Oh my. Caleb came out at the very end, last 2 weeks. I awkwardly like pulled him out of class and was like, "Hey, I know you've been really busy, but do you think you could help one more project?" And he said yes. He probably should have thought twice about it, but he immediately said yes. And Sophia, 50 scenes. He colored, yeah. In 2 weeks, he did all of the value work, all the color work, if you will, on this project. I've been doing this for a long time. I have no idea how, Caleb, you did 50 scenes in 2 weeks. I couldn't do it. Mr. Francie, right? I don't, including making the poster that you all saw for the previous project, for the Ultimate Henchman, working color on that, cleanup. Yeah, I feel like the whole program owes a giant thank you to Caleb for coming in the last minute and doing such great work. But what's beautiful about that is when it comes time for you to do your implementation, maybe you can call on some friends and ask for help. All right, so those are the two films that we had to show for graduation. I'm gonna pass the mic to Mrs. Flincham. I'm sure she has some words that she would like to say. Oh, she just gave me the face. Okay, come on over here. Um, no, you could do it. I've had enough. It's too much for one day. I'm running away now. All right, we're gonna make it awkward.
Yeah, we're making it awkward.
All right, I'll let you make it awkward first.
Okay, thanks. Okay, for those that don't know, I'm Adana Flincham. I'm the program coordinator for digital effects and animation technology. And all I have to say is that the projects were awesome. The both first and second year cohorts that we have right now are absolutely amazing, full of phenomenal people. A lot of what I have to say would just be repetitive of what my coworker has probably already stated. I'm really proud of this group of students. I saw Brian specifically and Caleb. I saw several people in labs. I don't know, like, did they sleep this semester? I'm thinking they didn't. I'm getting nods. No, yeah, I didn't think so. They worked really, really hard this semester. And I feel very confident that each and every one of you are going to go on to make it into whatever industry you want to, whether it's illustrating books or animating on a show. I feel confident you're going to get there. I would also say be patient with yourselves as you start to graduate. In this industry, it doesn't happen overnight. Getting into the industry can take some time, but if you keep pursuing your dreams, you're going to get there. Um, so I want to thank everybody that came out today as well. Anybody that, you know, came and supported a family member, a friend, coworker. Obviously, we have to thank the college because without the college, we wouldn't have had the computers and the software. If we didn't have ITS to help us stream things and fix things, we called them a lot this semester. So actually, round of applause to ITS because we called you a lot. Kim specifically was a regular over here on the third floor of Strickland. I would say facilities, I mean, pretty much every department here on campus in one way or another this year has helped us in some way, somehow. And so we're really grateful for that kind of support. Not every program at every college has that level of support and community. And I do feel like at Forsyth Tech, they do give us that support and that community. So we're very thankful for that as well. With that being said, we have a couple things. So we're going to call the students that are going to be graduating this semester, meaning this is their last day and they're not coming back.
You can't make me cry today. Don't do it.
I mean, they said they're going to come back. People always say they're going to come back and visit us, and then a lot of times they don't. Okay, but at least TJ Marisol are here, and Seth is here, right? So, and Nielsen, okay. So see, some of you come back. Some of you come back. So thank you. I guess it does, doesn't it? Okay, it just made us a liar. All right, so Brian, if you want to come to the stage. All right, so the instructors, myself, lab tech, and tutor, just a team of 5 of us. So Nelson, Hampton, myself, Clarissa, and Carla. We got our graduates some books, and what's really cool is they have pages, empty pages on the back where we were able to write them some notes. It's called Your Career in Animation, How to Survive and Thrive. It literally has tips for everything for you all. Down the resume, cover letter, portfolio, how you go about getting a job, how you go about networking and then keeping and maintaining those connections, little tips for like, hey, you know, just sending them a quick message, just checking in. I saw your recent post. You did awesome. You know, just really helpful tips for you all. And this goes beyond just animation. This book will help with other jobs too, like that you pursue maybe outside of the animation field. I don't know, should we say something specific about each one of them?
How cool this thing is.
From my perspective, I'll just go ahead and say my experience with Brian has been pretty awesome. I mean, I wrote it in the book, but he's a very animated person in the most literal sense.
What's
Theater
that?
major here.
I'm a theater major. I'm going to School of the Arts with the other theater dorks, so.
Yeah, so this one's transferring. Still pursuing animation, though, at School of the Arts. So very proud of you. But yeah, I mean, this one helped us so much with references because I don't know if you could tell, but in animation, we have to record ourselves doing lots of crazy, weird, funny, goofy things. And a lot of the times, a lot of us are kind of shy. I'm shy, Mr. Carr's shy. We're all kind of shy, mostly. And we don't like having to do the crazy, goofy things and have it on camera. And so Brian became that guy for us. So there's lots of reference that we're going to even use next year of Brian.
You're welcome. You're welcome, first years. You're welcome.
But yeah, overall, like you've been just an awesome person, an awesome friend, very welcoming to anybody that wants to interact with you. You give feedback to people. You're just a very supportive, helpful, kind person. On top of just being, you're just cool, man. I'd always, like I knew about D&D. Sorry, I'm going on a sidetrack here. I knew about D&D, okay? And I swear I played it like once in high school. But if I knew it could be as fun as how this guy makes it, I would have started playing that game a long time ago. So, again, awesome dungeon master here.
I do.
Do you want to say anything?
I have my own mic. We have gone on and on about how talented these folks are and the great work that they've done all semester and the whole time they've been here. But not enough can be said about how amazing you guys were. So, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
you. Yeah. Thanks to, and this is to all of our current students and soon-to-be graduates. Thanks for choosing us, like our program in our school, because you didn't have to. You could have went straight to School of the Arts, but you came here first.
Yeah, but we're better. I'm just saying. I mean, I've been over there. We're better. I'm just saying it. Just straight out saying it.
All right, cut the live recording. We love you.
My phone number and my
CSA.
email will be somewhere in the live stream, maybe. Get at me.
All right, now you can stay on stage if you like, and we'll just group you all here together. All right, so we'll start a line.
I do not tell lies, so it's just easy to tell the truth.
All right, Daniel, come up to the stage. Sure, that'd be great. Here you go, Daniel. All right, so I mentioned before that a lot of us in the creative field tend to be very shy. Daniel is about one of the quietest people I've ever encountered in the beginning. And then throughout each semester, I mean, he came in, and I'm gonna be honest, I will never forget the first day I met you and I saw your demo reel, and I said, you don't even need a degree, you don't have to come here. You could probably immediately get work. And I meant it. Like when I saw I showed your demo reel to Ricardo.
Mrs. Flincham slid into the room like, you got to see this demo reel.
Yeah. I mean, it was that good that we were like, I mean, yeah, if you want to. But I also think that I'm so happy that you did. Not just because we had the chance to be your teachers and get to know you, but because I've seen a significant amount of just social growth, camaraderie, friendship. I mean, this whole cohort that's getting ready to graduate, they're just a big bunch of goofballs, and the way they love each other and care about each other and support each other, I mean, you don't always see that level of bonding. And it's a beautiful thing to see. It's something that, you know, when we do things like program review, a lot of it's looking at data points. How well did people score on this XYZ test? But something that data doesn't show is like the emotional side of things, where people go through struggles and you get to see them overcome those and you get to see them build connections and just really blossom. And I think that's just a beautiful thing because I feel like you really have a strong friendship group that I know you all are gonna remain together. From what I'm hearing, pursuing more projects together, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, what are y'all gonna do next?
We're figuring that out, but we're doing something. It's gonna be really cool.
Are you still gonna animate Scritches?
Oh yeah, Scritches. He's gonna become a main character.
Okay. So Scritches is this little rat, but y'all probably knew that by now. But yeah, so they still have projects they're going to continue animating. So be on the lookout because if they give us permission, we're going to share them on our website. So you'll get to see more adventures with Scritches and Dean and the cast, and probably new animations, new characters.
I think we technically own your property, so. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I agree wholeheartedly with Mrs. Flincham. The amount of growth, just socially, just like seeing you come out of your shell has been amazing. And you're so funny. A lot of times under your breath when you think no one can hear you.
We do.
But usually when I'm like, what? It's not that I didn't hear you. It's like, did Daniel just say that? I'm not sure. So it's been amazing. I mean, I feel like you came to us as like a fully formed artist, ready to go, as Ms. Flincham said, just ready to probably jump into the industry if you wanted to. But I hope that we helped in some way to help you move into the future. So congrats, job well done, amazing job directing. I know they weren't easy. especially that guy over there, Curtis. This is your fault.
That guy.
All right.
Right. All right. So join the. Now I'm gonna have them all stand up here. Then we'll do a big round of applause. Yeah. Okay. So who's next? Elijah. This guy right here, let me tell you. You already know where I'm going to go with my speech for you. So I'm going to.
All the mean things you said recently, it's coming back.
So what's so cool about Elijah's story is that, at least for me, from an advisor standpoint, is our program fills up pretty early on, but right there toward the start of every fall semester, there might be a student or two that kind of fizzles out. Maybe life circumstances, could be anything, but they don't end up coming and starting classes on the first day. And so usually that means I have a last minute seat or two that has opened up. And Elijah here was one of my last minute seats. He strolled on into my office. He's like, here I am, I'm ready. I was like, all right, dude, we got like a day before class starts, let's do it.
This tracks totally.
And and I just remember like that the whole first like year almost, he was like this kind, gentle, sweet person. And then he won Skills North Carolina, first place winner for 3D visualization and animation. And that meant we went to Atlanta, Elijah, Curtis, and I. And Atlanta was awesome. We were there for a whole week. They won first place there in the country. Kudos. Really proud of you for that. But something happened to Elijah on that trip. Because when he came back, he was so full of sass. And confidence, which is good. He's been very, I think for a while, Elijah, you were questioning yourself, like, what am I going to do in the industry? Where's that spot that I'm going to fit perfect? I think you found that, and you got confident and sassy. I'm here for it, by the way. Thank you. But yeah, I think Elijah found his spot with texturing, lighting in the 3D world, and you've done really great at that so far. I'll say this, Elijah's also a self-starter. He's not going to just sit there and wait around. He will search out the answers by himself. If there's something we didn't go over in a class, if there's a software we didn't even cover, like, he's all about jumping in, like, let me get into this random software the program never touched. He will figure it out. And he's done so much of that problem solving, and that's a really big thing in our industry. You may get on the job site, and when you're on the job site, right, everybody knows this, it's like this in every industry. Nobody's gonna be sitting there holding your hand telling you how to do something. You're gonna have to figure out how to make it happen. And Elijah's definitely that person. In every project he's been on, he figures out how to make things happen, and he does it very well. I mean, he figured out how to make things happen for my office space. I had stuff laying around for a while, and Elijah here boxed it up and sorted it voluntarily, and then comes into my classroom 2 days later and said, hey, Flunchum, those boxes are still there. Are you putting in the ticket yet? And I'm like, I mean, I'm getting to that. And he's like, hey, I mean, it's your office. So, I mean, he's helped keep me on track, this guy.
And
Awesome.
I agree with all that and so much more. I have never had a student, I've been teaching now for, I think this is my 11th year coming up this fall. I've had the benefit of having great students in my class, but I've never had someone have so much curiosity and just constantly asking questions. From also most punctual person in our program, sometimes beating me here, which is a feat in itself. But always ready, first thing in the morning, let's learn stuff, let's do stuff. I think pushing others to do the same. but I've never met someone so curious and just constantly asking questions. And I think I learned more from being around you than I think you learned from, you know, you being around us.
I agree.
Because you pushed us constantly to be like, how do you do this? How do you do that? I don't know. And I'd be like, dude, I don't know.
Yeah,
Uh,
as teachers, we were
And
like,
then he'd get a little frustrated when I couldn't come with the answer immediately. And he'd be like, forget it, I got it, I got it. But great mind, but also incredibly kind to everyone. Um, so thank you. Thank you for everything you did for our community and for our class.
all right, next is Curtis.
Here we go.
Yeah, here comes trouble right here.
Trouble doesn't even begin to explain.
I'm gonna cry. I hope you know. I'm gonna sob.
So I'm just going to start with this. The first semester I had this guy. He is the most free spirit I think I have ever met in my life. And I mean that in the best possible way. Like, he just is who he is, and he comes to class or anywhere he goes, and I'm here, I'm me, and I love that. Like, because it inspires me to kind of break out of my shell a little bit and be like, you know what, I should be more okay with me. And I think Curtis does that for a lot of his classmates. But sometimes in the classroom, it could be a few notches above, you know,
Not Curtis.
what I was
Surely not
prepared
Curtis you're
for.
speaking of.
There were a couple times where he's getting a little excited and riley, and I'd just have to be like, Curtis, just go take a walk, please.
Is that when the walk started?
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes Curtis will just like disappear. It's like, where's Curtis? And no one knows.
A lot of it was more so in a joking way. But I've never had to do that with a student before. But yeah, sometimes, like jokingly, I was like, Curtis, go take a walk. And then he actually would start doing it. I'm like, I think this is good for him. He needs fresh air. Let's let this keep going on. So every now and then, again, he'd get like a little spurt, and I'd just be like, Curtis, take a walk. But Curtis here also went to Skills USA last year with Elijah and won first place in their 3D visualization animation competition. Yeah, and then we went to, again, nationals in Atlanta, and the whole way down, Curtis was one way, Elijah was the other, right? So like Elijah's super sweet, and Curtis was a little bit sassy. When we were in Atlanta, he was a little bit grumbly from time to time. Understandably, it was a stressful week. You're walking around in the heat. You're at the Georgia World Conference Center, and when I say it, you're gonna be tired walking through there. My back and hips hurt so bad. But so they're having to do that, lugging around equipment, doing all this work. So understandably, a little bit grumbly. But I'll tell you something. When he came back from Atlanta, it was just like a total switch for Curtis. He was just like, it's almost like something really inspired you down there. Because while you've always been a very like open person, it almost felt like you came back and you felt more free to be yourself and more free to explore things, if that makes sense.
How is that even possible? How? I will let you know that Curtis and my relationship has been one of like weird joking contention where we try to upset each other almost on a daily basis. It is done in love, I think, from both sides.
Yeah.
But he has been amazing for this program. I think he really pushed us more into going into 3D. A lot of the 3D work that you saw, I think he just pushed all of us into accepting 3D more. I think because most of us are 2D people. And I think he also helped Elijah he was always encouraging Elijah to do more and more in 3D. So yeah, it's been a weird, a weird journey. And I've seen a lot of growth. As an artist, as a person, you are incredibly different in every like wonderful way than anyone I've ever met. Don't change, please don't change. I mean, maybe a little, just a little. But
I'm going to say one more thing.
go ahead, go ahead.
I would say something else that I really do love about Curtis is that he really does put other people's feelings above his own. I can't tell you how many times where, you know, something could be affecting him, and he would come to me and say, you know, this person's going through XYZ, but, you know, he would just care more about the other person's feelings, even though it's something that might have been affecting him. And he's always been like that. He really genuinely cares about other people. You know, I love that about you. You're such a kind, loving person.
This is getting weird now.
Such kind, loving. They all are kind, loving people. A bunch of big softies up here. But yeah, Curtis is an amazing 3D modeler too, and I am looking forward to this one getting in the industry.
You all better.
Yeah.
I'll haunt you if you don't.
Again, it may not happen overnight, so just bear with it. Stay the course. All right, join the line, Curtis. Savannah. Here she comes. Okay, this one right here got me addicted to mocha cookie crumble at Starbucks. Thank you, Savannah. And she also showed me the very first blue caterpillar I've ever seen. So lots of good memories with you. Savannah's a really skilled, talented person. I thought your creative works, your digital paintings, were just gorgeous to begin with. And I've only seen your skills growing since you started the program. I think something personality-wise I love about you is Savannah comes across at first, if you don't know her, like kind of a little, almost like a little bit shy and quiet. But then like once she's around you for long enough, she makes the funniest comments. And especially recently, like when her and Curtis are sitting together, when I can eavesdrop and hear their little bit of dialogue and banter, it's been really good stuff, very entertaining. Yeah, Savannah's worked really hard this semester, last semester, the whole time she's been here. I know there's been lots of stuff for all of our students that can kind of, you know, life things that happen that can kind of get in the way of you trying to achieve your goals and your dreams. But I'll tell you what, Savannah, no matter what's going on in life or what quick changes she's having to make and adapt to outside of here, she pivots. She still got the work done. Even if she couldn't get to class, she would still get the work done. She was still communicating with her classmates, still being a very supportive part of the team. She showed up even on days she couldn't show up and she wasn't feeling good, you know? So, Savannah, I just think you're an all-around great person, and I'm really excited to see what you're going to do in the industry. What do you want to do?
I'm just kind of taking my time with everything, trying to, ew, stop. Oh my God. I really don't know. I'm just taking my time trying to find exactly what I want to do. So we'll see.
Where are you leaning, though? Because I know you said you character design.
Or prop design.
Painting.
What about environmental design?
Painting.
Your environment's really good this semester. Have you thought about environment design? Okay, maybe book illustration.
For anyone that doesn't know, my background is in painting, and it is the thing that makes life worth living for me, and it's the reason why I get up every day is painting. And more than anyone, Brian, this goes for you too, but we had some fantastic digital painters, and Savannah is really surprised me, mostly because she doesn't like showing her work because she's all shy and stuff, but we saw, I hope everyone got a chance to see the demo reel early, the fantastic painting of Brian. It is one of the nicest paintings. I mean, he's got a great face, but it was very well rendered, and I think you have a lot more of that in you. So I hope you do consider concept art, concept painting, especially character. You said character, but specifically character painting, because I teach painting every year, and not everyone is suited to painting. You are suited to painting. Brian as well. But you're just kind of good at everything. It's weird. Stop being so good. Thank you, Savannah. And wonderful person. Did everything. I mean, really had to work hard to be here, which most people, come to school is simple. You just show up to class. Savannah had a lot going outside of here and still showed up and still did the work and still was supportive of her team and her friends. So thank you. Thank you for being you.
June design, Savannah. I'm gonna take a picture once they're all up here. All the graduates.
Aren't you tired standing up there?
They like it. Okay, I'll speed up. All right, Waynon. Where are you? There he is. This guy. All right, if there was a guy, this guy right here. This guy right here. Okay, I have a lot of things I could say about Waynon. He's he's been around for several semesters now with us. And it's been great because every semester we get to see him grow in different ways. At first, when he started the program, he wasn't sure if he wanted to do 2D, 3D, special effects. He knew he wanted to be in the industry. He just had no idea like what part. And so it was really cool to get to see Waynon's journey to finding himself and what he wanted to do and what meant something to him and what he was passionate about. Where did we land, Waynon?
Special effects and compositing.
And so, if you watch those demo reels and you saw all those really cool like particle simulations and effects, that was him. Something else that's really great about Waynon is that, similar to Elijah, and well, honestly, everybody on this stage, Waynon's one of those folks that if he didn't know how to do something, he's going to look it up. So, for example, character rigging in 3D and in 2D is not something we have time to really get around to, although it's a big part of our industry. So Waynon taught himself how to character rig in 3D. He taught that to himself in Blender. And for those that don't know what character rigging is, it's basically putting the bones inside of a 3D model. And while that doesn't sound like it would be super complicated, you have to do something called weight painting, which means the skin part of your character has to get attached to certain parts of the joints and bones. And if you don't do it perfectly, you'll get really weird distortions. It gets wild. It's not an easy skill, which is why not a lot of people want to do it. But it's something Waynon taught himself. South Blue is like, you know what? I want to know how to do this for myself. And so he just taught himself how to do it and started animating with his characters.
Like a month.
Yeah. Talk about it?
Yeah, it took me a month to do it, and trial and error. I was doing it for hours, so it sucked, but I figured it out.
So Waynon is one of our folks that is in lab like all the time. Like every single lab hour that he can be here, he is here. From morning to night. And he might have to run to work for a couple hours, but then he's like right back here a couple hours later. We're literally here seeing him walk back in to do more work in lab. So spent a lot of lab hours here. Waynon's also I appreciate you because we've had a couple of, they're called Gear Up groups, where we get middle schools and high schools that come to the school. And they want to tour the program, and we do little demos with them. And Waynon is one of our students that has been really helpful with that. He helps teach the 3D animation classes when those groups come through. So he's also one of those folks that will just jump right in and start helping. If you ask him, you say, I need help with something, he is going to help you. He's going to find a way to be helpful. I've had days where maybe things weren't going so great for me, and he would ask me how I'm doing, even if he's not having a great day either. So he's a genuinely caring person. He's also got this other side.
Okay.
but he's a jokester, so he likes to make lots of jokes, teases, and you know, Marisol's here. She can contest to it.
I'm her biggest hater.
Marisol's one of our graduates.
Yes, really.
And so yeah, like we've had a lot of discourse back and forth. All jokes, of course, but this one keeps me on my toes constantly. Constantly.
And just to piggyback on something that you said, everyone has a very difficult decision when they come here, figuring out where they fit, what they could possibly do in the industry. And I know that was something that was very difficult at first. That first year or so for you was really hard, but you stuck through it, you kept going, you kept pushing, and it's been so cool to see you figure out that it's compositing and special effects. And once you started going in that direction, I've seen a focus and a determination that I don't think was there in the past. And that's been very cool to see that growth. And like she said, just really funny, talked basketball, talked all kinds of stuff. And it's been great. It's been great having you around. But I don't want to see you in lab anymore. Because I want to see that PC built, and we're going to start on Nuke.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
And we're going to conquer the visual effects and industry with.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah.
We're gonna take it by storm.
Wayne,
Absolutely.
I should mention, is one of the only students I think we've had to choose that specific direction, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
So it's
one
pretty
of the
cool.
most needed things in the industry is good compositors, because there's a lot of great people who do all the creative stuff, but the thankless job is taking everybody's work and putting it together, and that's a compositor. And it's really cool that someone finally took it on.
Yeah. So thank you, Wayne.
Thank you.
Sophia, your turn.
Don't delay it.
Aw.
It's fine. You're gonna be fine.
We're big shy babies too. We're doing it. You got this. Okay, so with Sophia, I'm just going to start off right from advising day. So normally for digital effects animation, when I get advisees and they come see us to register for their first fall classes, we've been asking for portfolio work. We're like, can you please show us like a demo reel, sketchbooks? It could be anything creative that you've done. But we always like to see that because it helps us and the student figure out if our program really is like the right fit, right? And Sophia comes into our advising session and she didn't bring just like one sketchbook. She brought a stack. She was like, do you want to, so we did the advising piece and she's like, do you want to see my work? She has this whole stack and boom. And it was all so good. I mean, I'm just going through pages and pages and books, and I'm like, it's so good. Again, I was like, Sophia, why don't you just go in the industry? like another, like,
Why are you kicking
here?
students out of the program before they even start?
I'm not trying. But she's so good. Like her skill level, and there is just like something about your drawing style, right? I just loved the look of your drawings. They're so beautiful. And in the very beginning, when she started the program, she was really shy. And as Mr. Ricardo has already stated, when she made friends with Jenna, it was awesome to really start to see her come out of her shell and again just kind of blossom into this like more free person of herself. And she's such a hard worker. Again, like that this animation right here, the fact that for the animation piece she did, how long was that, Sophia? Like 2 minutes. So 2 minutes, you did that. You did that. You should be really proud. And again, they're taking other classes, so it's not like it's just implementation. They have digital painting, they have 3D animation, they have portfolio, plus this class. So did awesome.
And if I can add about the drawing part, I am not someone that believes in talent. I don't believe that there's a God-given thing where you're born and you can draw, or you can paint, or you can play a musical instrument. But I think you've started to challenge that belief in me, in that, like, the way that you draw, the way, how much you love it, how much it's a part of every day, like every part of your day, I see you drawing, and I have never seen it before. I remember asking you a couple days ago, I was like, does this entertain you? And you were like, absolutely, yes, this is fun for me. And I don't think that's true for most of us. For most of us, drawing is painful. It's hard to get it out. It's hard to express yourself. And it's hard to get it from your mind to the piece of paper or the computer. And Sophia does that just naturally. It all just comes out. I don't know if there's, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, is there like, is it just all flow state, or is it thinking?
Really young how to draw like I think I learned when I was really young how to draw like people and now it just become natural to me.
I have never heard an artist say, you know, I learned how to draw people, and then from there it was all easy. It's the hardest thing to draw is people. I don't, I don't get it. So I am starting for the first time in my life to believe that maybe there is something to that, but I know there's a lot of hard work behind it. So, I mean, there's an amazing artist, but one of the most contrarian people I have ever met in my life. If I say it's this way, you say, no, it's that way. And I feel like that came from becoming friends with Jenna, because she was like this really innocent, like radiant child, you know, just drawing. And then so she met Jenna, and it all went wrong after that. She started getting sassy and talking back, and like every time I tried to help her on something, she'd just look at me like, no, I'll do it my way. And it, I, I hope that doesn't change, because it works for you. It doesn't work for most people, but it works for you. But one day we'll sit down and try to figure out how to get organized. It'll happen. Maybe. Okay.
All right. So, Sophia, do you want to go over here? You can stand beside Daniel or Brandon, wherever you want to go. All right. So, before we wrap things up, part of the reason I wanted to have them remain here on the stage is, one, for pictures. I wanted to get pictures. And two, because this is our graduating class of 2024. Did anybody else want to say anything? Mr. Francie, Carla, Clarissa, did you all want to say anything? Okay.
As we wait for Mr. Francie to come up to the stage, Curtis, I want to thank you for making this happen. It is your fault, but
It is your fault.
it wouldn't have happened if we would have easily been like, we're not going to do it. So thank you for pushing us to do this, because we would rather cancel.
What?
Us shy people would rather be like, no, I don't want to be up there.
Like just this?
Just this.
Oh, if you wouldn't have done it, I would have made you do it.
Oh, God.
So, hello. My name is Mr. Francie. Well, that's my teacher name. I unfortunately didn't get the chance to teach these guys. I feel like you two hogged them from me. I feel like that was a little inattentive. Yeah. But I have seen their journey. I've seen all the hard struggles that they've gone through, and I think more than any cohort, I really feel like they lit a fire under me personally. I kind of wrote that in your books. It's true. Seeing what you all have accomplished in the time that you're here, and seeing that the level of dedication that you have, the passion that you have, just everything. You guys as people, you guys are all amazing. And although I am sad to see you go, I'm very happy for you for graduating and finishing your projects and doing all these things that you've done here while you've been here. So just thank you for being you.
Hello. Hi, I'm Carla. I'm the DEA lab assistant. So for all the students who are in lab hours, a lot of students just, these computers are expensive. The Wacom tablets are expensive, and it's like, that's why we have labs, so you guys can come in and do the work. That's what Foresight Tech cares. We provide the resources, and if not, we'll find the resources for you to help you guys. And I see all of you guys just working so hard and putting in the work, doing the work, but also having fun. Like, one thing about this cohort, I guess out of everyone, I mean, all the cohorts are great, but you guys worked together and had fun doing it. Like, you guys had an amazing time, and it's like the connections you make through DEA, through Foresight Tech, those are like friends for life, honestly. And I just keep working at it, guys, and keep talking to each other, keep doing everything. And also with Sophia, I know you get shy sometimes, but I saw the confidence and you learning how to become an advocate for your own self kind of blossomed, and that it's inspiring, honestly. And you guys are gonna do great things. Yeah, that's it.
Do you guys want the mic? Do you want to say anything? No? The theater guy wants the mic. Of course he does.
You put me on it. You put me on a stage. You give me a microphone. I'm gonna say something. But I just wanted to say that I really do not think that the staff here, the instructors, Mr. Ricardo in particular, do not give themselves enough credit for the job that they do here. I know that going into this program, we've had people who have already cultivated those skills, who are already very talented, who are very good at what they do, and feel like that they're not doing their job when they come to this program. But I just want to say, without you guys, we would have never met. I would have never become friends with Daniel. I would never become friends with Sophia, Elijah, Curtis, Savannah, Wayne, anybody, if it were not for the people who have made this environment and nurtured it the way they have. So I feel like they all deserve a very quick round of applause. Thank you guys so much for everything you've done.
Just to continue on what Brian said, I just want to give a personal thank you to Mr. Ricardo, Ms. Flincham, and Mr. Francie. I forgot about Francie, God. All of them don't give themselves nearly enough credit for the amount of, like, not only knowledge, but inspiration that they provide. They've really created a really nurturing and growth-fostering environment that I think has done all of us good. And also, everyone on this stage, we're a little community. Everyone, I have a bigger sense of community here than I have anywhere else in my life, and that's because of all of you. You're all wonderful people, and I'm so glad that I got the chance to meet all of you. Oh.
Can y'all hear me? Oh, duh. I'm sorry, I'm nervous. Man, this path wasn't easy. Like, I'm not like some of these guys who came in talented and all that. I didn't know what I wanted, and it was because of this program that led me to in this direction. I mean, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was a STEM major, biggest mistake of my life. Don't do it. Nah, but man, once I found out over that summer, which was rough, yeah, I was there during the heat stroke and everything, and I worked it for. Yeah, it's crazy to see hard work after almost 2 years pay off, and I want to thank Flinchum for being a big supporter. I know I gaslight you all the time, but you deserve it. But you know that's another story. Ricardo, thank you for helping me through the paths that I'm today. I still remember when I was like about dying from the heat stroke. I still came to class, and you was telling me to go home. I was like, nah. And you were like, yeah. And I'm like,
You wouldn't go home.
I wasn't. I'm built like that. But nah, if y'all weren't there, I just want to say thank you for believing me when I didn't believe in myself. And forgive me for a second. Clap it up for these guys because they're so talented. And last but not least, I'm Marisol's biggest hater.
All right. I believe that concludes our presentation, except for one. No, I'm being told no. I do want to thank some people, and that is the people in these wonderful humans' lives. Without your support, family members, uh, this is a very, very tough thing to do. And I know sometimes what they're doing makes no sense at all. And it seems crazy. And it doesn't seem like this should be something that people do for a living. I'm still not sure about that myself. But it is wonderful to see what this path does for people and how much they grow and the amount of creativity and just thank you to all the family, friends, anyone that supported anyone up here on this stage. Thank you very much. I wanted to say, get out of here. Yes. We have questions. This is the Q&A period of the show. All right.
After this presentation, if anybody would like to look at all the amazing work all the students had, we have like handouts of students' artwork. You can also check out the storyboard room and see students' artwork. There's water, cookies. I ate like 8 today. I'm on a sugar high right now. There's cake, and yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Here you go.
All right. Thank you so much. You better come back and visit. Okay.